Sir, man, we back in this thing. Not the little one. Welcome back to the channel, man. Today we going over how to make those crazy, wavy, bouncy type joint for Gunna, man. Gunna Wunna. That new album just dropped. Last Wun. What's it called? Last Wun. I was right. Make sure y'all hit the like and sub for me, man. We on the way to 5K with it. Appreciate y'all for real, for real. Okay, so the funny thing about this beat, I didn't play no notes at all. On my life, I did not play any notes. I was kind of just being lazy with it, but it ended up coming out crazy. If you got time, go look up the clip of Max Shooter, how Max Shooter made Turn Your Click Up. Go look up how Max Shooter made Turn Your Click Up. There's a clip out there. It's kind of just like little ideas put together and it makes something. And then somebody take that, you know what I'm saying? It's like what we always do, right? But that's kind of what this was in a sense. And it's like, not every idea has to be like you playing hella chords and doing XYZ. First thing I had was this phrase right here from a Des Wright kid. Shout out to Des Wright. So the first thing I did was pitch it down a little bit. I put it on the mixer, and on the mixer I put thermal. I just had this preset from a PG kit. You could just use thermal and play around with the presets. It don't have to even be that. Or you can put whatever, you know, whatever kind of like distortion type effect. And then I had it start like this. So the first thing I did for real was just chop up parts of that sample or that phrase and just piece it together where I wanted. Kind of like spaced them out and use them as risers. So this is what I got for those. No effects or anything. Now that we had the end, I kind of just pieced in the other parts that I wanted to go around that. In my head, I'm having the metronome going. I'm hearing like a bounce going. And I like that, whatever that is. So I kind of use that as like the beginning. In my head, I'm like, I know that I'm gonna use that. Faded out some parts, and then I put this on the mixer, just a basic EQ, kind of clipping both sides. Did a little bit of sweeps on the mid. Then I added this Valhalla delay, the digital preset, digital mono quarter note vocal. Then I had it bust to this compressor, some light compression on there. So this is what that sounds like with the effects and how it's pieced together. And I kind of left space in between there too so the delay could do some stuff. I felt like we needed some accents and some vocals on top, so went in to throw some accents on the one. This accent's from the Trap versus West Coast kid from Ellis Lost and Infinite. Just pitched it down a little bit, made it on key. And then for the vocals, same thing I was saying about the phrases, chop it up and make it what you want. So on this one, this is what I had to start with. I pulled this from Splice. Kind of simple melody. I didn't want the vocal to take up too much room. I put that on the mixer and put on backmash, Valhalla vintage verb, little alter boy. This is the preset that I use for it, or you know, you can just copy my settings here on both. So this is what it sounded like after the effects. But of course, I printed all that to one sample, so kind of just kept the same effect. It's probably not the same as it sounds in the beat. So now, so far, this is what we got all together. I forgot to say on this last vocal here, kind of did the same riser as before, but I pitched it all the way up and then reversed it. I just like to do little things like that to give it some variation. I don't know. Sometimes it gets a little boring, especially if you have like a repetitive sound like this one with the delay. It's like, that's kind of doing a lot already, you know? Feeling very lazy this day and was not trying to play anything. Into Arcade and this drip plugin, although I hate the name, it got some shit in here. I can't lie about that. What I like to do with Arcade, well, I like to do a lot with Arcade, I ain't gonna hold you, but I like to play the samples kind of like sample chops. You think about it like how you play on like an MPC or something like that, or however you chop your samples. There's usually like a little bit of spacing in between you hitting the actual pad, right? So that's kind of like what the vibe I go for anyway. So this sample or this, you know, melody, whatever, I kind of played it like that, and you can even see on the MIDI what that sounds like. Kind of having it cut in between. And I knew at that point this was gonna be one of them ones, man, because this together just sounds so beautiful, I can't lie. And what, you know, after that, you really don't need to do too much else on the melody. Right here, we just got the guitar sample. None of the actual like phrase or anything up here. Back into phrases. So y'all get the gist on the melody, man. That's really, I guess the main takeaways for this one is chop up your phrases and do more with them. Add effects, reverse parts. You treat it like an actual sample. Like when you drag in something like this, cut these into 2s or into 4s. They make it so easy to do now. You can drag it like this, reverse it. Just do different things to get different results. Don't try to do the same thing and then expect different results. You know what that's called. And if you don't, you might be one of them people. Let's do the drums, man. These drums are hard, I can't hold you. Little triplet bounce. On the hats, the way to get this bounce is to go up here, go to 3rd beat, boom. You can see now how it's set on the grid. And then what I like to do is highlight certain notes, Control U, and it'll bring up this chopper, and you can do different rolls. You can move the velocities up and down like this, you know, whatever you need to do to get the bounce right. Simple hats are the best though, for real. Like you don't need to do too much. I like to do simple hats but have 2 different patterns. So this pattern's kind of doing that, but I actually started playing this pattern first. This is just what I started with the and I'm hearing the clap as it's about to come in. So it's easy to kind of like fill in where the other parts are supposed to go. And I'm adding this hat on the 1, kind of just keeping the cadence going. And then for this beat, I thought it'd be perfect to have rims, because Gunna really has like that kind of like rim shot, or he actually uses a lot more claps and rims from what I've heard, especially on the newer album. That rim kind of gives it like, it's obviously not as hard as a snare. So since this beat kind of like wavy, it just kind of gives it like a lighter hit. Got to get that in between. So I added 2 rims together, kind of making those pop. Yo, this crazy. These aren't even on the mixer. I just gain staged these. So yeah, keeping it on 3rd beat for the 808. I was doing the same thing, going in, highlighting certain parts, doing Alt U, making a roll. I like that because this beat has the, it's like there's spacing for the 808 to not have to hit as much. So I just took advantage of that, and then doing most of my work on the end. Oh yeah, this is a little trick I like to do too. Sometimes I don't want the sound to go as long, but I also don't want to like have to do all the extras to make it cut short. So you can do a muted note, like just bring the velocity all the way down, that way it cuts. Threw on the kicks, just where it felt like I needed it. And altogether, man, this beat is pretty simple when you think about it, which y'all know I love a good simple beat. Final listen, man, I really fuck with this beat. Actually, it's probably like one of my favorite beats I made in the past month or so. I do fuck with the spacing a lot on this. It's perfect. I hope that helped. Tap in with me on the rest of these videos and let me know what y'all want to see next. Make sure y'all hit the like and the sub, man. And if y'all have any questions, tap in on the gram at keys.opendoors. I'm here to help. I'm a servant of the people. Good night, America.